Today is a sad day. You see, to this exact day, 3 years ago, I was in Carlsbad, California, talking to the lead engineers at Callaway HQ about the brand new, well, what was the brand new Callaway Apex 19 irons. Fast forward to 2021, we're obviously not there. But unfortunately, that does mean we can't have any fun in this video. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. It's still very Apexy, isn't it? I mean, you're not going to look at this and get it mixed up with an egg sandwich. It's clearly a Callaway Apex iron. Not much has changed there. So I don't need to tell you guys that Apex is an iconic name in the golf industry. It's a range of irons that I don't think is going to go away, like ever. The name Apex for Callaway has always meant better player vibes with distance-ness. Did you get that? Write it down. Lost my balance there. Look how high that's gone. Okay. Not to mention it's forged, which is, I think, something we usually forget in an iron like this. But if you think the forging factory that makes these irons has just been allowed to just get on with what they're doing quietly with no outside influences whatsoever, well, you'd be completely wrong. You see, AI is always watching. Sonny had to get his fingers involved in the making of the Apex 21 iron. An artificial intelligence interruption, we should call it, making Callaway's first ever forged AI tinkered iron. I mean, it sounds great, but what does the Terminator's fat metal fingers prodding your Apex iron mean for you? Callaway's answer to that is improved ball speeds across the entire face, but also improving spin consistency regardless of where you hit it. Oh yeah. Then you add the tungsten energy core for pinpoint CG location with that improved shaping for better turf interaction. It really is the iron on paper that's supposed to give us everything. But today, I'll be the judge of that. What do you guys think to the looks of it? It feels so solid. Especially when you hit the actual head, it feels very solid. So at address, there is offset there. The top line is also pretty visible. So this iron is, I suppose you could call it, the fence sitter in the Apex 2021 range. It's trying to do everything. This is the middle iron of 3 this year. If you want smaller, a more better player profile, you will go for the Apex Pro. If you want a little bit more meat, you know, a bigger cavity, you'll go for the Apex DCB, the deep cavity back. All reviews will be coming on this channel. Well, this is where the fence sitting iron kind of helps you, because that was nearly a yank, you know, one of them. It was terrible. And it actually ended up okay. It's on the dance floor, for goodness sake. I've just shanked one on the dance floor. Very high. Said that a few times. They are going very high, which Callaway is saying is down to a 5 times heavier tungsten energy core. So it's 5 times heavier than that of the Apex 19. So what that means is if you're prone to the odd worm burner, yeah, that was a joke. That doesn't mean this is going to help lessons, okay? But what I'm trying to say is this extra tungsten that's positioned lower in the head to get that ball in the air might promote the worm burner to the badger head height trajectory. The sound and feel is no surprise, it's extremely solid. Get in. Get in the green. This is a very tech-heavy iron. Callaway are one of the leaders of innovation. Literally, if you cut this open, it would look like the interior of Deep Space Nine. But as flipping cool as that does sound, it is a hindrance on what Callaway's trying to achieve, and that's making an iron as small as possible. You're limited, aren't you, with all the stuff packed into this. It's like a chicken Kiev. If you pack it any smaller, it's going to go everywhere. Chicken Kiev. But I feel like this has hit the nail on the head for who it's trying to target. I look down, I see a hug. It's going to give me a big hug. I need the help, but at the same time, it's not grotesque. It's not this huge thing sat behind the ball. Feedback is still there though when you don't catch it like that one. That was definitely toey, and it told me. Alex toe. Oh yes. We've hit one, yay! Lovely. So high. It does really impress me with how high this flight is actually going. I looked at these irons and I thought these are going to go absolutely miles. But it's the mixture of, yes, we're getting the distance, they aren't short, but it seems to be coming down at such a descent, it's stopping. So for everyone that's interested, I am hitting the 7 iron. The thing is, I'm doing this review that early. I don't actually know the loft of the 7 iron, but I'll put it down here somewhere. Okay, hopefully. And of course, as this is all about getting the ball up in the air, we've got the Elevate stiff shaft. Feel a bit left today, you know, not right, definitely left. As I said earlier, it is common to overlook that this iron is in fact forged, 1025 carbon steel, and it also has the bubbles, the microspheres as a neighbour. So we've got vibration dampening. This is why it feels and sounds pretty solid. Oh, and of course, if you want me to take this out on the golf course, we need 4,000 thumbs up. Not too much? No, 4,000. That was out the bottom, but I was saved. Okay then. And right then, for everyone that's interested in the numbers, here we are. So as you've seen in this video, I've not mentioned it because I assume at this point I've mentioned it a few times. We have moved to Foresight, the GC Quad. Huge fan of Foresight. If you want to know why I have, watch this video. Very interesting. So if someone hands me this iron, the first thing I think about is like, oh dear, is this going to stop? The answer to that is yes. So 7 iron, 6,500-ish backspin, which is ample. It really is. I did miss everything left. Partly swing, partly it is offsetty. And then you think, well, this is meant to be a distance iron as well, so are we getting the distance? And the answer to that is also yes. Not the longest iron we've ever had in here, but like I say, it's probably one of the highest. Unbelievably high peak heights, but we're averaging 196 carry. But I suppose the question you're asking yourself is, if I own Apex 19, do I need to switch to Apex 21? The answer is simple. Go and test them. As soon as this is released, take your 19 with you, do a head-to-head comparison. The only person that's going to be able to tell you that is you. But for what this iron is trying to do, it's not too much of anything. It's not too soft on the feel, it's not too hard on the feel. There isn't too much offset, but it's there. It's long, but it's not too long, but it is very high. Thanks guys as always for watching. If you're not a part of TEAMAL, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Twitch. Remember, we stream.